The Sun Prince and the Dancer. They said the sun never bowed for anyone. Until it did. Before the empire of rivers and gold, there was a kingdom where light itself was worshipped. And at the center of that light was a boy born with the sun on his skin. They called him the Sun Prince. He was born at dawn, when the first rays touched the temple walls. The priests whispered that his heartbeat matched the rising of the sun. He grew under the weight of prophecies, golden, bright, heavy. He was loved by all, but he lived inside a cage made of gold. His days were parades, prayers, and promises, but his nights were silent, because even a prince can be a prisoner. Every year, on the longest day, the temple dancers offered a performance to honor the sun. They were wind and fire wrapped in silk. But that year she appeared, a young woman with eyes brighter than torches. She moved like a current of air, free, untouchable. She did not bow, she danced. The crowd saw beauty, the prince saw freedom. Among hundreds of eyes, hers found his. And for a single heartbeat, the world disappeared. He had everything, crowns, gold, songs written in his name. But that night, for the first time, he wanted something. Someone. The high priest looked the other way. But the sun had already chosen. The prince left the palace for the first time in years. Through hidden corridors, across silent courtyards, he followed the sound of bells tied to her ankles. In the shadow of the temple, beneath the silver moon, they met. No guards, no crowns, no names. Dancer, softly. I don't need to be a queen. I just want to dance beneath the sky, and for the first time, he spoke not as a prince, but as a man. Prince whispers, and I don't want to rise alone anymore. Their words were fragile, like petals caught in the wind. But they were real. The kingdom had no room for love outside of prophecy. The council declared that the Sun Prince would marry the Moon Princess, an alliance written before he was even born. And the dancers were ordered to leave the palace. He watched as they tore down the banners of their temple. She disappeared in the crowd, like smoke before dawn. The Sun Prince stood beneath the golden throne, and for the first time, he felt darkness. The night before the ceremony, she returned to the temple one last time. She danced, not for gods, not for kings, not for him. She danced for herself. Her body spoke what her lips couldn't. Grace, pain, goodbye. But she didn't know. He was watching. The next morning, the priests waited for their golden prince to rise and wear the crown. But the throne was empty. He walked through the temple barefoot, carrying nothing. Not the crown, not the sun, just the memory of her dance. And when the high priest called his name, he didn't turn back. At the edge of the temple steps, she stood, unsure if she was dreaming. But when their eyes met again, the world didn't disappear this time. It began. They ran beneath a sky still waiting for the sun. Through jungle and river, through fear and hope. For the first time, the sun did not rise for the kingdom. It rose for love. Far away beyond the reach of crowns, they found a valley the sun had never touched. They built a home with no throne, no priests, no gold. Only a dance, only love. And when the sun rose over their valley for the first time, it did not shine on a prince or a dancer, but on two souls who chose each other. They said the sun never bowed for anyone, but it did, for her.